Hey guys, it's Martin from AMS, and today we're going to address a question someone posted on Facebook regarding our new up-and-coming stock manifold turbo. Now, the particular question was, how does your turbo compare to an Elite or an Elite Plus in spool up? So we figured it'd be actually much easier to show you in graph format what we're looking at, especially since we had a few of those cars come through here on our dyno. So let's take a look at the graphs. All right, so here we're going to look at something, and beforehand I want to explain something, time to torque. To me, that's a fun factor. So traditionally you see dyno graphs with RPM at the bottom. In this case, we have time in seconds and horsepower and torque is over here. Now, I think this is important because it really shows the response time of the turbo, or how fast it comes on boost. And in this case, we have our new upcoming stock manifold turbo kit versus a Elite turbo. So we're looking at about 1120 wheel horsepower here and about 1066 wheel horsepower on the Elite turbo. Now the big thing you might notice is the spool up. Wow, yes, it is a huge difference. Here we see just over 3 seconds we're hitting full torque, and here it's just over 5 seconds we're hitting full torque. So you're talking about a solid 2-second difference where you're in full torque while still waiting for the other turbo to spool up. So in this case, we're making more power and also spooling much quicker. The next graph shows you time and engine RPM, and this is just to show you that we're showing the zero time, both starting just under 2000 RPM. So they're both starting at the same RPM down here. Next we have an Elite Plus. Now we've had a few Elite Pluses come through here and they seem a little bit different from each other. So we'll start with this one. And again, massive difference in spool up. In this case, 1120 wheel horsepower. We've actually made a little more than 1120 on this turbo kit. We've made 1150, but we're just showing this graph. It's close enough. And in this case, we're 1174 on the Elite Plus. So a little more power, but the big thing you see here is the difference in spool up. And here looking a little over 3 seconds, and here looking over 7 seconds. Again, massive difference. This thing's in torque. This thing's actually almost done running before this thing comes on full boost. And again, these cars are both running on E85. Next graph shows these are both started again from the same RPM. You have time and engine RPM here. They're both started right around 2000 RPM with the 2 runs. And obviously the red one being our kit and the blue one being the Elite Plus. Now, the last graph is actually a recent build by a very experienced shop. They brought the car here, they tuned it on ethanol, and this is all in everything it had. And this is a newer version of the kit. You can see actually spools later than the previous version of the Elite Plus, but also makes a little more power. Here we have 1262 wheel horsepower versus the 1120, so a little more power. But man, the difference in spool up. So again, just past 3 seconds over here versus you're talking 11 seconds. So this run is over before the other one even starts. So you're talking about 8 seconds difference. Again, both starting at the same RPM. So again, to kind of wrap it up, this kind of shows you a bigger difference, a more clear picture of boost response and what that means. And again, the goal of our kit wasn't to make all the peak power, is to make a car that's really fun to drive while still making a ton of power. So hope that answers all the questions. Thanks for listening.